if
What's
they
your
make it
command?
this one. I know that both of these teams, they really have it in them to play a really smooth game. But then again, um, Influence Rage, getting that reset is really crucial coming into this one. So we're seeing a difference in terms of the bans coming in. Matilda will be first ban. PAPARA Supermassive identifies that Phobius is one of Monster's signature heroes. They don't want to deal with that anymore, especially in the early game to mid game. It's so disruptive. But for Influence Rage, though, banning out the Kalia once again, as well as the Fanny.
Yeah, a very good transition here. PAPARA Supermassive, I like it. I think they're eyeing for either the Hereth pick again or the Suyo, right? Moji just picked up a very stable win, very stable performance, convincing performance as well. So I think he is currently like hot right now with the Suyo. So I might see PAPARA Supermassive just picking up the Suyo first, and then Influence Strange. Yeah. There you go.
Fight for the ultimate
Madame is open. I
They're
did
going for
not
the
see this
Hilda
one
again.
coming.
Pick up the Hilda again instead of the Badang. That's going to be giving over the Badang over to Influence Rage, because I remember that is going to be a very strongly contested hero for a lot of teams, but we'll see if Influence Rage wants to capitalize on that one, because now we know that the Hilda is going into the EXP side. I seldom see Hildas being played as roam anymore, just because of the fact that like doesn't really have a lot of the major impact, and teams know how to play around the Hilda roam, especially when they stay within the jungles. But the Granger and the Valentina getting picked up, I totally forgot that Granger is being off the tables.
Granger, very solid, and Influence Rage, they picked up this Valentina to somehow anticipate a potential Lucas pick from the side of PAPARA Supermassive, right? And let's see here, PAPARA Supermassive, they will lock in the Hereth before entering the second phase, denying the potential ban from the side of Influence Rage, and PAPARA Supermassive taking their time here. I feel like they should pick up themselves a jungler here. If not, it will be limited in the second phase. Oh, it's gonna be Jawhead again.
They're going for the Jawhead again.
So
I think they practiced this synergy. I think it works pretty well in the previous game. It's just they have to fix their early game if they want to make it work. For Influence Rage, though, Asuyo is on the tables. They could pick that up, deny it away from Moji, so they can play a little bit differently right there and then. They still have the option to pick up the Badang as well. You try to limit the amount of jungle heroes in PAPARA Supermassive pool, or even pick up the Lucas and try to disrupt a lot of the gameplays on the side lanes. What do you think?
Yeah, I think Lucas or the Suyo here, right? Just is the two logical answers. If not the jungler, I see them picking up the gold here. I mean the EXP. But there you go. It's going to be the Badang. So they are taking a risk. The junglers here should be banned by both teams.
So take out the Suyo, take out the Joy, take out the Hayabusa.
Take out the
What
Lucas,
else are you
perhaps.
left with? Lucas as well, yeah. So there's the 4 bans as well. You don't really need to care too much about the gold lane because both of them are set. You've got the mid lanes as well. So Faramis maybe, possibly taken out by Influence Rage.
The immortal one chose me
Maybe,
to
but then they have the Valentina that can actually seal another realm as well. So it's like Influence Rage, they're teasing, right? All right, you popped off the first game with the Faramis. Now let's see here. If I pick up the Valentina, will you pick up the Faramis again? PAPARA Supermassive though, yeah, the heroes, the junglers, as predicted, we were banned here with the Lucas and the Suyo. Now, will they limit up more options in their last 2 bans?
It could be the Gacha being banned out as well for PAPARA Supermassive, so to speak, just to limit Influence Rage's EXP pool. You've also got the glue that was previously banned out that could be annoying, but not too difficult as well.
Yeah. Glue. I think glue is.
Only
I think Moonsters can definitely deliver with the glue as well. So I think that is definitely a hero to look out for. Papara Supermassive, what's the call here? Influence Rage will not commit to another jungler ban. Instead, they opted for A. Let's ban out the Sicilian. We don't want any troubles in the late game. Last game was 20 minutes. Imagine a Sicilian in a
You got
20-minute game.
Yeah.
It's going to be very, very tough. So good read there by Influence Rage, stabilizing. Papara Supermassive, what's their last ban?
Is picking.
Hylos will be banned last. I think Influence Rage might be able to pick up Joy, or even you want to go a little bit more tanky on this one, pick up the Alpha instead. It kind of works. It's got a recently new skin, so you're gonna flex that off as well. But it will be the Joy.
Is picking.
Okay, that's a risk taken there, right? Because you got a Jawhead in your face that can eject you if you don't time the dash perfectly, and you got a Hilda who can definitely chip you away. So that's a risk taken there by Influence Rage. So Papara Supermassive responding to this. They need
Well, nothing
more
ventured
DPS.
Hmm.
Let's see here.
I think-
they need range.
You can gamble the Hayabusa
Finally
again,
standing up for myself.
Oh,
but
that's
that's gonna be Odette.
the range.
Interesting.
So jungler.
Shadow of obscurity.
Yeah, the Hayabusa again. So the Odette is what scares me, because you can be disrupted quite easily, but you have a lot of damage as well. Winter Crown onto the Swan Song, there's going to be quite a strong little ode of team fight. Everyone comes close, you pop your combo, and everyone falls like flies. Or you could give the Swan Song over to Chen, who's going to make full use of the damage that Valentina has and the XP advantage of the passive to get ahead of the Odette.
Yeah, that's the gamble that they're taking, right? I mean, against a Valentina, a potential steal for that Swan Song. So we might see two Swan Songs in a fight, but it seems like Moonsters will rock the show. Now that's interesting.
I think Influence Rage just wants more mobility. You got mobility on all heroes right there and then. But for Papara Supermassive, it's all in. We'll sacrifice ourselves and we'll get the job done. Close things off for the second draft. Which one do you have? Papara or Influence Rage?
You know, I am not convinced with the Odette. It's a flary pick, but I think we might see a game 3 here. Churros, what do you think?
Man, a little bit too early to tell, but I do see where they're going with the Odette. It pairs well with the Jawhead and the Hilda as well. So just protecting that zonal control, and you have the Harriet in. But ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be jumping into game number 2. Papara Supermassive with one game away from winning this series, but Influence Rage, they might be able to take one game away from this one, just as the casters predicted. We're starting off with a huge leash by Supermassive onto the orange buff.
Yeah, a very standard start here. If you have a Jawhead, you have the option to leash for your jungler, and there you go. Right, Moji is on his third camp there. So now Influence Rage slightly behind. Take a look at the Hilda there, trying to be annoying already towards the Joy. This is what we mentioned from the draft as well, right? The Joy are very, that's a risk taken there. That's a gamble. Now in the mid, 3v2. Potential fight for now. Bloodspat and friends. It seems like they will move. Apply pressure onto his Chan. And Paquito will be the first casualty in this game as Chan barely survives. Pops his flicker.
Yeah, I saw the notes from After Dark. Notes were almost going to bounce off of Chan, hit Hilton, and back to him and take him out. But then again, he understands, okay, the note's coming. I need to be away from everyone. But then again, taking a look at the itemizations, it's the Ruinous Blessing for 3 members, so there's a lot of fast speed. Paquito coming in from that flank as well.
Oh no, Shadow Kill. It's a mess out there. Jotun almost taken out there as well, but Influence Rage actually might they have done an equalize 1-1.
Yeah, it's a lot of the high mobility, especially with the river being buffed up as well. So lots of movements, lots of high aggressions coming in from both teams, especially for Influence Rage, where you have that Chow coming in from that flank on that bottom side. He needs to be all over that map. EXP lanes in this meta is doing the Lord's work. They're running all around. They're everywhere.
Yeah, and let's see here. Clicker from Wasa. Influence Rage trying to take control in the turtle spit. Paquito, though, still level 3. Moonsters now jumping into the backslide. It's going to be the Retribution falling for Jotun. Now it's going to be Influence Rage not going for more. Very disciplined there. And PAPARA Supermassive, no compensation.
Chen popping that swan song, keep everyone else alive, and deflecting any advances from PAPARA Supermassive. So very good read on Influence Rage, taking down that turtle, taking what you can, and just getting out of the way. But now, PAPARA Supermassive, they really need to be able to read where Influence Rage is going into this. So Paquito, with that Chow on the... Actually, it's the Chill Roam and the Badang in the XP side. I just immediately realized that a little bit slower rotation if you have Badang on the XP, but you have higher scaling, higher, faster level gain, and you'll become a menace in the late game. So there's going to be a tough matchup for Influence Rage in the early game if they don't play their cards right, if you're making mistakes on the rotation side.
And yeah, I thought it was going to be Moonsters rocking that Cho as well, but no, it's going to be I guess a conventional, right? It's a conventional Cho in the roam position. And yeah, again, similar to game 1. Influence Rage and PAPARA Supermassive here. It's even Stevens here for the first 4 minutes.
I think the Chow's pickup was just the Disrupt After Dark Swan Song, and that we won't see that as of now, but it's going to be a big hurdle that After Dark needs to be able to overcome in the mid to late stage of the game. And Chan already has the ultimate ready. It's picking up that Swan Song, trying to deflect any of these advances. 14 minutes till the turtle spawns up. Influence Rage making a beeline for that, trying to zone everyone out before they make a big move.
Yeah, waiting to pull the trigger, and that is going to be the trigger pulled by Influence Rage. Bloodspat didn't even have time to pop his own flicker. That's going to be the second neutral objective taken by Jotun. And for now, Influence Rage seems to have more control over PAPARA.
There's a lot of high aggression coming in from Influence Rage. They're not happy about the previous game. But this time around, though, Influence Rage sitting into the jungles where we thought PAPARA Supermassive has to line up to make this work. But then again, to your point in the draft, Goni, it's the Odette not really working too well. Paquito making a with the Kraken though.
Yeah, good opening. But no follow-up and good, I guess good response, right, from the side of Influence Rage. And take a look at bottom side. It's going to be Xiao taken down. The turret is defended, though. And PAPARA Supermassive, that's not worth the trade.
Yeah, not worth it at all. Defending underneath that turret, but they have their eyes on Xiao. Moji wants to hold on to the Shadow Killer, doesn't want to commit to Jotun. He knows that Jotun is able to dash away and survive on that one. But there's a lot of high rotations coming in for Influence Rage. And they're influencing split push from PAPARA in the 5-minute mark. That's a very early movement for the rotations coming in for Influence Rage. And they're learning from their mistakes from the previous game as well.
I think Influence Rage here, at least for the first 6 minutes, right? They're more composed, right? They're actually very stable, but then again, they lose out the first game on that late game. So let's see here. Will Influence Rage choke again? And will PAPARA Supermassive right now with the conceal trying to look for a pickoff? Influence Rage calmly done, just back off.
Yeah, you read that like an open book. But Influence Rage now has the lower hand on the turtle. Hasn't set up yet. The watch up. Tito trying to find one. Swan salt.
Oh, committed as well. Yotun though, looking for an opening, finds a retribution. Now Tan with his own swan song finds the damage. Moji stuck. No man's land. That's just Paquito traded for 3 plus the turtle. Influence Rage now in trouble. Let's take a look at Wasa. Good block.
Oh, good. Very patient on Chan, saving that swan song for everyone to come really close and committing all of their ultis. And like I said, in the draft, you have the Jawheads and Totems. They're high committal heroes. You have to be really in your face in order for anything to work. And Monster really having that one with yet again. Monster goes down.
Oh no, it's not looking good for PAPARA Supermassive. 5k gold lead, the largest gap we have in this series. Xiao now trying to defend desperately, but is too low, and they will lose their tier 2 in the top lane. This is Influence Rage, raging.
Yeah, and everyone's just really underestimating the Granger pick. The damage that Fury is showing is just way too much for After Dark or Xiao to handle. Xiao not having a good game this time around. It's 0-2 and 0, where he had only one death in the previous game and a really good performance from that last one. But Influence Rage coming back with a vengeance in game number 2. It's only 8 minutes, and right now they're taking control of all of these turrets in the tier 1s from PAPARA Supermassive.
Yeah, and this is not a good sign, right? I mean, technically, you have a Harith and an Odette, which actually does well in the high ground, but if the gold lead or the gold gap is too massive, then it is going to be tough for PAPARA Supermassive to take hold of the defense. Now it's going to be the first Lord, and I don't see PAPARA Supermassive contesting.
Influence Rage, 5k gold lead, seeping into 6. They're zoning everything out with Monsters and Paquito, building that wall. There's nothing that PAPARA can do or PAPARA will do to try to contest for this one. They know that if they step a little bit too close, everything will go haywire.
Yeah, very,
With
very.
the high, yeah.
It's tough. It's tough. I mean, they're down 5k gold lead here, Churros.
Yeah, with the high rotations and the high mobility that Influence Rage brings, they're all over the map, and even if PAPARA Supermassive wants to take down one, it will be hard. Oh, Fury using the Sonata just to check for the bushes. He knows what's up.
Yeah. Oh, an attempt with Dragon. Yeah, that's the thing. Wrongly timed. Fury in trouble. Good flicker, but that's going to be the Swan Song popped prematurely from Chan, just to have that shielding. Now that's going to be the Lord here. Well, it will not charge, but it will trigger the passive, the holy shielding there. And yeah, Influence Rage here wasn't able to crack their base turret, though. All tier 2 is officially out for PAPARA Supermassive.
Yeah. No boom down on the tier 3 top side, but also no T2s to be seen, no T1, T2s to be seen from Supermassive. There's gonna be the item builds coming in, and I see the dire hit already built up by Chan. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. We might be able to wait for that one. Does look like there's 2 wrong boots, but hold on a second.
That's a quick pickup, but it seems like Influence Rage wants to fight even though they're a man down. PAPARA Supermassive, even though they're 5 members up, they were the ones disengaging here. They know that they are still behind in gold, and taking down one is already more than enough for PAPARA Supermassive.
Yeah, it's a high risk, high reward for After Dark though. This time around, still going strong. PAPARA Supermassive again, struggling with that split push or controlling that split push that Influence Rage brings. You've always seen Jotun away from where Fury is, and all Influence Rage has to do is create space for Fury to have that much damage coming in, where the Dragon takes onto the offset,
Yeah, is that the right target? Bloodsweat, though, will be taken down alongside Paquito after dark. Caught in the crossfire. But good news for Papara. Moji picks up the double, and Fury was also taken down in that huge fight. Good timing there by Moji to find the right angles and take down Fury.
Will be up again for that Lord, spawning up in 15 seconds as Influence Rage slowly losing their grip like they did in game number 1. It's PAPARA Supermassive. They do have a lot more tankiness in that late game, and After Dark slowly but surely needs to be able to find a way to stay away from Paquito. And Paquito is 0-5-6, try to disrupt, but every time he hits a Rip the Dragon, it's After Dark popping in that Swan Song.
Yeah. So it's a bit tricky here for Paquito, right? It's like Paquito is trying to be selfless here, but it seems like PAPARA Supermassive will concede another Lord. They will rather defend than contest. That's going to be Wasa, though. Oh, receiving the Way of Dragon, receiving a lot of burst damage from the members of Influence Rage, and Fury will pick up that kill.
No way that he can run, but good find by Paquito. PAPARA Supermassive has to defend once again. That's a 6k gold lead for Influence Rage. And they are charging into the base. All 3 lines are slowly pushing in to the T3s. Now, Influence Rage, they can't commit too much. You have to wait for monsters to build up that wall, but Fury just spamming that Sonata.
Yeah, Yotun though, looking for an angle. Swan Song popped. Ejector committed. Bloodsweat goes back. Moji doesn't really find the angle that he wants. Now looking at the base turret, 2 towers has been taken down there. 2 turrets, and Influence Rage will be satisfied and they will go back.
Yeah, it's 2 T2s down on the mid side and the top side as well. Influence Rage tries to play it a little bit more passively in this front, picking up what they can, try to extend the gold lead even more as it's still 14 minutes into the game only. As PAPARA Supermassive struggling to find and pick up that scraps. You don't want to step too close into the brushes just because Ranger has so much range, but conceal play coming in. They spot out Moji though.
Swan Song, an effective one, but there you go, Moji goes down. Yotun goes out, but take a look at Bloodsweat. He finds a kill, Fury in trouble as Xiao jumps in the right time, in the right moment, and shut Fury down. PAPARA Supermassive again showing up here in minute number 14.
It kind of seems like both teams are throwing dynamite at each other. It's a 3 for 3, 2 for 2, whatever it is. Both these teams are not letting up. Take a look at the replay. They're going to conceal play right here, but After Dark, he's finally got that Winter Crown. He pops it in, takes out every one of them. Shot coming in from that flank, finds the kill on the Fury. That is a massive one. He knows he is able to dish out that damage that Fury is able to put down. So he's coming up. He's showing up strong with Influence Rage. The goal lead has closed by 2k. Not much, but it's enough for PAPARA Supermassive to try to contest for this next Lord. And this is going to be the enhanced one coming up.
Yeah, this is going to be very, very crucial here. Not just for Influence, of course, for PAPARA as well, right? Do they have enough firepower now? I do believe so, especially after that crucial kill from Xiao on towards Fury. That's a shutdown. That's a bounty kill. And Xiao Harith, late game. You guys know how dangerous Harith is after full items, right? And let's see here. Will PAPARA Supermassive contest? It does seem like so.
There's a slow push down on that bottom side. They're trying to take down Wasa.
Wasa goes down alongside Bloodsweat. That's going to be Xiao though. 3 hitting. Finds Yotun. And that's Xiao again showing up to the party. Fury though will find one after that going down. But Moji finds a cheeky angle to take the kill. 3 for 2 still though in favor of Influence Rage.
Yotun is down. The Lord's still up though. They did that Lord to take down 3 members of PAPARA Supermassive, but it's still not enough. I think Xiao does have that damage to take everyone down, but they need setups. The only setups are single targets with Wasa and Blockset, and Wasa keeps getting caught out in that brush. And Pakidu just doing that Lord's work and finding out where Wasa is. Pick out Wasa and just destroy the rest. That is the game plan for Influence Rage. I don't think they might be able to do it. Pakidu is making a beeline for that Lord though. Pakidu trying to just give a little bit of vision. Will give up that Lord over to PAPARA.
Yeah, I mean, this is not a good sign for Influence Rage. It might be game number 1, volume 2 here, Churros.
It just might be. Just might be. I'm just thinking, for Influence Rage, they had the upper hand of 6k gold, but as the time whittles down, after dark, he finally sees through and adapting to the playstyle, using the Winter Crown just when Munsters tries to get him in with the fist crack.
Yeah, and again, PAPARA Supermassive, they are so good at adapting, right? Their in-game decisions has been, I guess, better, all right? For now, at least. And Influence Rage, their economy, their lead diminishes now, especially we're in the late game. Take a look at the items here. Blood Wings already in hand for Xiao. Oh.
Yeah, sewed off his boots to get yet another item. I think it might be the Queen's Wings. That's what he went for in the previous game, but no, it will be yet another damage item. Yeah. You can see it's really interesting, all of these teammates. Oh, that's not damage. Jordan gets decimated.
That's just deleted Chan though in the back now. In the no man's land, he will fall to Xiao. Influence Rage now. They're backing away. 8 minutes ago, they were the ones controlling.
Yeah, Influence Rage doesn't have a lot of magic defense. It was just the Oracle and the Winter Crown, but it's not enough. The Lord is pushing in. Here comes the same Force yet again.
I don't think they can defend. Churros, ladies and gentlemen, with the Lord marching as well. PAPARA Supermassive will close the series out in a clean sweep fashion. And Influence Rage back to the drawing boards.
It's 2-0 for PAPARA Supermassive, having a shaky start for both games. And in the end, it's always a comeback yet again. And I just recognize this. The PAPARA Supermassive was using Influence Rage's own lineup against themselves.
Oh
so
no!
This was not just a win for them. This is a statement for the fight against Brazil versus Turkey. Turkey takes down Brazil in the first game of Stream C. What a game, what a play, what a comeback for Supermassive.
What the heck happened? I expected a 1-1 after seeing the drafts, and they were controlling Churros. They were controlling the early, the mid, the crucial choke points at least. They were the ones winning, but same story as game 1. They couldn't find the finisher. The finishing touch is just lacking from this team, and PAPARA Supermassive, props to them, staying composed,